Hello, guys. How are you and how have you been? It's been so long since we met, but here we are. Sometimes, life moves so fast that we can catch it. Uh, did I say catch it? No. Yeah, I mean like catch up with some things that we are able to catch up with, and so anyway, welcome. And this is the channel whereby we regularly stop, review, re-energize, and before we can move on. Life is so fast, and life can give you, can make you feel like you should pull out your hair, but guys, we can still make it. Here we are. The most important is the breath under our nostrils, and how can we keep it in balance. And I say, in that kind of scenarios, sanity is not an option. Actually, it's a must, something that we have to work for, something we have to work with, something that we need to intentionally deal with, and that way we are able to give back to those who need us, to the one who need us. It's possible that you can be in good physical state, having all the vitality of the body, but then if the mind is not okay, what can you do? Tell me. Not so much. Actually, almost nothing. You can do anything. And so, guys, that is why we have to discuss simple things. What are some of the tools that keeps our mental balance in balance, and how do we use this skill? And so I say, as I learn it, I come and I share with it. And so this week I have a very simple nugget, probably I don't know, something so familiar. Either you've practiced it or not yet given that thought, but still it's a nugget. And it is something that I've proved. So, yeah, proved, taken me as a case study. Not, I haven't conducted scientific research about it and, use numbers, but use me as a case study. And so, this, have you thought about keeping a journal? Like 4 years ago, this is my fourth year, I began on this, practicing this tool actually, and I can give myself a review and say it has brought me miles, really, literally. And this is whereby you wake up in the morning and you consciously plan your day. Yes, you can plan it in your mind and say, today I'm going to do this, and this. But actually, when you keep a journal, you write it down. You kind of commit yourself in writing, and it has worked a lot. Actually, it has helped me to accomplish more than I would have, or in my previous years before. I began on this seriously. So I thought about it, and I was like, what are some of the benefits? How have I benefited from it? And I came up with 5 benefits. There are so many. You can come up with many benefits, but I'm going to share 5 for today and see. And so, let me tell you the first one. Guys, I wrote them down. I journaled them down so that I don't forget any point, that I want to share. So the first benefit I got is that it helps us. It will help you to prioritize things all your day. Now, imagine of a scenario, you have an assignment, whether you are a student, or you are a stay-home person, or you're working and you have an assignment. And in your mind, you say, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, but you set yourself on that assignment, and then something comes up. Those things that pop up in the middle of our busy schedules. Yeah. And someone requests you, like, seriously, help me with this one. You know what? If you didn't commit yourself in writing, and you know that I have to finish this by this time, what happens? You jump onto the other thing, and yours is staying there. And as it stays here, no one is working on it. So guess what? The next time you come, it will be there. It has piled up, and that will, upset your mental balance. So guys, when you write it down, actually, it's like you're committing yourself, and this will help you to give priority to what you need to do and what you not need to do. And as you write down your plan or your ideas, as you visualize them, you get to see which one to begin with and which one not to begin with, and such. And let me tell you, we can have our ideas and plans in our minds, but when we write them down, we kind of give them a body. We are able to feel, we are able to see them, and we can even smell them. So we kind of transfer the immaterial to the material, and that way it is easier to execute. Okay, so that's the first benefit. And the second benefit is that to keep a journal, it actually becomes your accountability tool. Personally, I get so much embarrassed when I go back to my journal and I realize I wrote these things like 6 months ago. I haven't done it. I was supposed to do it. What happened? I'm able to review and get to know, decide, should I continue? Is something I need to drop? Is there somewhere I went wrong? So it kind of keeps you accountable. It reminds you what you should have done or what you needed to do and why you didn't do it. So it's an accountability partner. And how does this keep you in balance? Guys, you're not going to forget big things that you're supposed to do. You not forget, and you're going to accomplish much. All right. So number 3 is that to keep a journal actually for honesty and it's called vulnerability. Oh, that's a tongue twister to me, but okay. I guess you got it. It's so much guaranteed. When you're writing a journal, do you know that there's nothing you're hiding? Because you're just writing it. Say you have something that is bogging your mind down, or you have some emotional feelings that are so intense, and when you write them down, actually you're writing it as it is. You're not censoring anything. Look at it like this. We can have confidence to talk to when we are so much stressed up and we need someone to talk to, and that is perfectly in order. But from my own experience, when I talk to my confidant or to this colleague or a close friend of mine or a close relative, I really censor my words. I censor my statements. You know why? Because I'm worried. At the back of my mind, I'm worried. Is the person understanding me well? Is the message out how I'm feeling? And also, if it's something that's so intense, I'm worried that my heaviness will be transferred to this confidant, and kind of, as much as I want to open up and be so vulnerable and honest to someone, it will not be as to the extent as if I wrote it down or I said it in a prayer. And I'm not replacing being open to discuss what is hurting you to someone else that you trust. But I'm saying that keeping a journal, actually, it can bring you to this level whereby you're so honest with your feelings. And this has another advantage, as we'll see from number 5. Yeah. So number 1, to keep a journal, it helps you to prioritize things, a day, events, plans, ideas. Number 2 is that it is an accountability tool to you. And number 3, it's because you can be as honest to it with no worry that it will snitch back, with no worry that it will not understand you. So it will give you that chance and bring you to that level. Number 4, the benefit of a journal is that there's no fear of betrayal. Let's face it, guys. Have you told someone else of an idea you were thinking about? Probably it's a business idea or a project you have in mind, and then you share it with someone, maybe to have the input of that person. Then you realize that thing has taken off by the other person. You're like, wait, that is my idea. I didn't tell you to execute it, and you feel so much betrayed and such things. So, but when you write it down first before you can share it, actually it gives you that time to internalize it, to prepare it fully. And if you must share, you share, you know how to share and at what stage and all that. So that is another benefit. And finally, number 5 is that it offloads your mind of the pressure. Let me tell you something. Sometimes back, I was in this some of the low moments, which is very normal and very healthy. And so I came home. I was very tired and very hungry. I wanted something to eat and then take a rest. So I had some milk, and I had prepared some milk, plant milk, soy milk, and it takes time to prepare. It is good milk. You don't want to waste it, and you don't want to hurry on it. So I come home, I wanted to boil it, finish up with the process, boil it, drink it, and then rest and rewind from my day activities. So I come home, and guys, I was in the kitchen boiling milk, but I wasn't there. My mind was so far away transacting other things, what is going on. So, and I like when I boil this milk, I put a spice, a hot spice, tea masala, to disguise the beans taste, and also to boost the taste. All right. So because I'm somewhere else, my hands are moving, my body's moving, yes, but I'm doing it. I put instead chicken masala. Chicken masala is not friendly with the drinks. Actually, it can make you throw up. It is not. I don't know. To me, it was the worst taste that I could have, and I didn't realize this until I finished and I've sat down. I wanted to drink the milk, and I realized, really. And because of the process and the pain, I had to drink that milk, by the way. So I held my teeth like that and passed that thing through my throat because I'm hungry, I'm tired, I have nothing else, at that time. And I reflected on this occasion and I said, this is a wake-up call. Of course, later I got around it. I poured my emotions to my book, and my pressure got off my mind, and I was able to. It ended well, guys. But it's just an example how your mind can be so much pressured that the mind is not living in the moment. Guys, you can bear me witness. You've been here, but you're not here. You're so far away into the future, or you're so far away in the past. And the only way to declutter your mind of those things that can really delay or derail your performance is to offload it to the journal. Write it down, and kind of as you're writing it down, it's like you're transferring it off, and you feel light and you're able to move on. And there can be many benefits, but those ones, they have helped me. Actually, when I reflect, I see this is where I've benefited most. It's something I know that it can help. Guys, if something that you have not tried or practiced before, would you give it a try? I know that it takes like 21 days for a new habit to establish. Would you try in the 21 days and then come back and share, and let's see how it was? Did it help you? Is it something that we can promote? Is it something that we can continue? Is it something, how has it helped you? And then as we learn as we move on. And then guys, even as we discuss about this journaling, it is not a new thing. We learn as Christians, we learn from the Bible. And I was so happy when I read my Bible. Actually, it dawned on me that our patriarchs, the faith patriarchs, actually had this tool. They used it. Take an example of Moses of the Old Testament. That old man could write. Everything that he heard God say, he wrote it so that he could not forget, and so that he could do what he has been told, and he could pass the right message to the people whom he was leading. Take an example in the New Testament, someone like Paul. Paul could write, and some of his things from his journals, actually, I'm sure, they're the ones that were compiled to be books. They call them letters that exhort us and edify us. Let me tell you, there's a time Paul was so much stressed or disappointed by his own, weak, can I call it weak state, all right? And he wrote something in one of his books, which is Romans 7:15. He says, I don't really understand myself, for I want to do what is right, but I don't do it. Instead, I do what I hate. If you hear the tone of that message is from a man who is so much frustrated of himself, and he's expressing it in writing. And of course he was writing, to pass it to some people. Guys, to write a journal is something that will help us. It's a medicine to our mental health, and it's something worth it trying. So guys, can you give me a thumbs up? Can you tell me if you tried it or you're ready to try it? And let's move on together. Guys, I look forward to see you again. Until then, I want to encourage you to subscribe, to comment, to put reminders to remind you when I put a new video. But again, let's go to a subscribing campaign. You're my subscriber, give me another subscriber, tell a friend, tell a family member, and let us grow and learn together. Until then, guys, see you and have a good time. Bye.